How is it going, everyone? For me personally, the last week or so in gaming, as far as new announcements and things of that nature goes, has been a gigantic W. I love the State of Play event that happened, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, Metal Gear Solid 4 finally being brought back from PlayStation 3 Purgatory, and a lot of other announcements. Kenna 2, I think, looks great, and there was a lot of cool games at that State of Play that I personally am very excited for. However, when CyberConnect 2 was suggesting that they were going to announce a brand new game for their 30th anniversary, I had wanted something in particular, but I knew I shouldn't get my hopes up. CyberConnect 2 is teasing the announcement of a brand new game for their 30th anniversary, and I was just like, alright, obviously, I want a brand new Dot Hack. Dot Hack is a franchise I grew up playing on the PlayStation 2. I talk a lot about my love of JRPGs, but in terms of the world that I got invested into the most when I was a kid and a teenager, Dot Hack was that. Like, I love the Dot Hack titles, especially GU. GU were the titles that I played in my formative years, so that thought certainly entered my head. Man, I would love to see a new Dot Hack title. But it's been so many years, I ultimately realized that, hey, that's probably copium, that's probably hopium, it's probably not gonna happen. What we're probably gonna get is maybe a new Jujutsu Kaisen game. There have been rumors of CyberConnect 2 working on a brand new JJK game, which is fine, but it's just like, dude, it would be another anime arena fighter. They're always pretty good, and if you're a fan of the series, you'll probably enjoy it, and JJK does deserve a quality game after the abomination that was Curse Clash. Maybe it'll be a new Naruto Storm, whatever. That wouldn't have got me that excited. So when I woke up this morning and I saw Dot Hack Z.E.R.O has been officially announced, it is in development. Now, this is a game that has been being teased for a long time. We have heard about the rumors, oh, CyberConnect 2 is prepping something Dot Hack related, but I heard this year over year over year over year, and ultimately it led to nothing. Dot Hack GU Collection came out in 2017. We are 9 years removed from that release and nothing, and year over year you would hear something, and my hope for an actual new Dot Hack game, it was becoming nothing. But finally, a new Dot Hack is coming, Dot Hack Z.E.R.O, and this has been a project 10 years in the making, which when they put that out, that makes a lot of sense, because if you read the tea leaves, it seems like something CyberConnect 2 has wanted to do for a long time, and an imperative on CyberConnect 2 has wanted to do for a long time, because this is going to be a bit of a rare situation where Bandai Namco is allowing CyberConnect 2 to self-fund and self-publish Dot Hack Z.E.R.O, which is a really interesting turn of events. I guess Bandai Namco themselves aren't confident in Dot Hack as an IP. That's why for the fan base of Dot Hack, hopefully everybody comes out and supports this game. Bear in mind that based on the trailer that we got, it was a CG trailer. We didn't get actual gameplay, but this is the way that I think CG trailers can be effective. Much like when Okami 2 was announced a few years ago at the Video Game Awards, when it's the comeback of a big series, an IP that is beloved to a lot of people, and you're announcing the development of a new title, I think a CG trailer can work on that because it's an established IP. It's somewhat of a known commodity, and it's something that people have been asking for so long, and it's finally happening. I do hope that this time around, maybe they'll go into one all-encompassing game, because back in the day, I'm not gonna lie, that Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3 stuff, not my biggest cup of tea in the world, but you know what? The fact that it's back is so exciting, and what CyberConnect 2 has put out in the initial press release, the Dot Hack series has always been developed by CyberConnect 2 and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, but for Dot Hack Z.E.R.O, Bandai Namco Entertainment has given CyberConnect 2 permission to manage the entirety of the project from planning and development to release. It'll be a title that is fully self-published by CyberConnect 2. World-renowned violist Taro Hakase has penned the music, kickstarting the project to the dexterous tune of his violin. Dot Hack Z.E.R.O will be a novel RPG experience that blends the series' trademark duality of fantasy game world and reality. Remember, Dot Hack, if you don't know, a big part of that is this connection of this online game and also reality and how they intermingle with one another, with modern expectations infused with 100% pure CyberConnect 2 spirit. The game will be enjoyable for both veteran fans and new players alike. Please look forward to the newest iteration of Dot Hack. I gotta say, based on the trailer, a lot of resemblances to Kite with that character that they showcased. This world is at dusk, it matches with us so well. has been noted as well. It's a series of action RPG games depicting a virtual game space called the world and characters who are swept up in incidences related to it. The stories unfold in both the real world and the fantasy world within the game. The first title in the series, .hack Infection, was released in 2002 through Bandai Namco Entertainment, and 3 seasons were published in total. The franchise expanded to anime, novels, manga, OVAs, and more, pioneering cross-media world building by telling various stories from the same universe. They do have staff already labeled, and very, very exciting stuff. There isn't an interview with Famitsu, and CyberConnect 2 CEO Hiroshi Matsuyama said the title .hack Zero reflects the messaging of restarting .hack from zero and has no connection to the .hack Zero light novel series by Yokotei Michiko. The story is set roughly 10 years in the future and will once again center around the in-game MMORPG The World, but with a greater focus on the real-world drama as well, which that'll be interesting to see how that's handled. The whole thing about .hack being a game that's this virtual game that you play as a video game player on top of the real world, I always found that to be a rather intricate way of doing things. Again, information at this point is sparse. We've gotten that one trailer, and the game is now in development, and it finally is going to be something that progresses forward. .hack Zero also noted quietly being prepared for over a decade. The game itself, again, self-funded and published by CyberConnect 2. Bandai gave them permission. Developers are a mix of veterans and young people, which I think is the best way to do it. You want new blood in there. .hack GU came out 2 decades ago at this point initially. A lot of the fundamentals of that game are gonna be archaic, but you want to keep that spirit intact as well. I love .hack GU, but going back and playing through those games with the collection, there are some archaic elements, particularly the reused dungeon designs, the repetitive nature of those games. I still love him. I think from a narrative standpoint, those games are absolutely top tier. And the game will be an action RPG, not entirely connected to the previous titles, and you will be able to jump right into it. Based on the trailer, I think it sets a great tone for the game, and I'm just excited that .hack is back, man. It's been a great time for JRPG fans as well, with Konami announcing their brand new IP as well, Rev Noir. .hack is back with .hack Zero. Like, this is a lot of stuff that I like to see. Look, we've got the Final Fantasies of the world, the Personas of the world, the Tales of the world, but I think there's a fandom for Japanese RPGs over here in the States as well, where, relatively speaking, .hack Zero could do very well. Maybe 2 decades ago, it wasn't the time for .hack to really pop off, but I think in 2028, 2029, whenever it comes out, it's gonna be a ways away. I think .hack Zero could do really well, and I'm just so ecstatic for .hack to be back. You know, it's not this franchise that a lot of you guys watching our channel are completely familiar with. Go play the GU collection. Unfortunately, the original 4 titles, they never made a collection for those games, so your only opportunity to play those are either the original PS2 titles, which those go for a pretty penny, unfortunately, or if you can emulate them, that's another way to play them. Again, the games are going to be dated, but .hack just had so much spirit to it, so much soul to it, and it was one of my favorite franchises growing up, and I've always had a nostalgic remembrance for .hack. But remember, with games, nostalgia can only get you so far. It'll get people's foot in the door, absolutely, but you need to make a quality game beyond that, and hopefully they make a worthwhile JRPG that people can get into. But so happy that .hack is finally back. 10 years in the making. We don't know exactly how far along in development this game is. While it's 10 years in the making, it could have been a case of they've been throwing around ideas for a long time. It started and stopped. You know, there's a lot of things that happen in the development process, but we'll see how this goes. And it's very interesting that it's going to be a self-published game, and very happy for it to come to fruition. And for the 30th anniversary of CyberConnect 2, this is an announcement that totally goes in line with that. Whereas, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen, people would have been excited for it. JJK's hot right now, and it deserves a high-quality game, but it's like, dude, how many anime arena fighters am I going to play every year, and how many can I get excited for? I'm not even a big JJK guy, so, you know, I was never going to get super stoked for that, but this is something that I wanted to hope for, but I just didn't, because I'm a little bit pessimistic, a little bit jaded, and I just thought the time for .hack had come and gone, and I've been hearing about things for years and years, and when they were hyping something up, I was like, let me not set myself up for disappointment, but there you go, .hack Zero. It will be coming out. No platforms, no release date was officially specified, but I imagine it'll be PS5, X Series, PC, Nintendo Switch 2. That makes all the sense in the world to me. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there your excitement level for .hack Zero. Even if you've never played a .hack game in the past, this is a JRPG to have on your radar, and if nothing else, go check out that GU collection. You can get it super cheap on PlayStation and all other platforms. It's available on Switch, PC. They're great games, just a little bit dated at this point, but that'll do it for me. Sound off down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.